So this is my first tutorial. Yay. My lip's a little crooked. Sorry if it's a little iffy. I tried. I really tried. I promise I will get better quality video though. But this is the look that I did. This is probably the better eye. I hope you enjoy. Sorry it's crappy, I know. I'm sorry. But I tried. Hopefully it helps. Yeah, go ahead and comment and let me know what you think. Alright, enjoy. For the eyes, I like to use the NYX eyeshadow base in white. Just use my finger for this. And I just get some on my finger. And I dab that all over my lid. The inner corner. And this is just going to make the colors more vibrant. So to start off, I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush just to get the color all over my eyelid. So I'm going to use a color close to my skin tone. I'm going to use this little light. You just pick some of that up on your brush. You can also just shake the excess so you don't get fallout. And we are just going to apply this all over the lid. And since my camera sucks, it's hard to see the color. I'm sorry. For the next color, which is going to be the color in the crease, I'm going to use an angled brush, an angled eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to use a darker brown. I'm going to use that brown. From the outer corner, and then just make a line towards the middle, so like that. And that's just to give me an idea of where I'm going to be putting that color, because we're going to blend this out. So, start blending that color out. And it's easy, I guess, if you kind of work in circular motions. Just kind of buff it out. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that brown color and just apply it to where it seems like it needs a little bit more. This would be easier if I knew what I was doing. What colors I was going to use. 1.5. Alright. Like 70 something colors in it. Yeah. So, I'm going to use this like gold color for my lid. I'm using this flat brush again. I'm just applying that on my lid. So for the inner corner, I want a really light shimmery color. I have this, I don't remember what color this was. but it's from Elf, and it's like this cream, shimmery, almost white color. I'm gonna figure out what that name is, and I'll let you guys know. And you could use a smaller brush. I am so disorganized right now, so I'm just gonna use the same flat brush and pick some of that shimmery color up and put that right in the inner corner. So I need a little bit more brown right around here. And just kind of blending out the edges so they don't look so harsh. So with that same angled brush, I'm gonna go into a deeper brown. This brown. And I'm going to go into these corners. I mean. And I just made that little corner right here a little bit richer and darker and deeper. So now with a fluffy angled brush, I'm going to go in with off-white color. I'm going to be using this one. And I'm going to go right under the eyebrow into that brown a little bit. Alright, so there's that eye. You could, instead of using that shimmery color, use like a shimmery brown just to blend this out. Which I used, not the gold, but the brown. And I'm just going a weird angle right here. Big fluffy brush. I'm just gonna go over all this just so it get that excess off and it blends a little better. There you go. I'm going to fill in my brow. I like to use an eyebrow pencil. This is from Wet n Wild, and this is in dark brown. And I use the eyebrow kit from Elf. I just like to lightly fill and kind of shape. This gives me an idea of what shape I'm doing. I hope you guys can see. Alright, so you can see that's starting to look a little bit better. And then with the eyebrow kit, I use the angled brush. It's a flat angled brush with the gel. And I just dabbed a little bit on the end. See, just a little bit. And I fill in the rest of my brow with that. so it gets darker and more defined. Okay. And then I use the fluffy side, and I use that for the powder part. And just apply the powder right on top of the brow, and this just kind of softens it for eyeliner. Alright, I'm using Maybelline's Unstoppable eyeliner. Maybelline in Onyx. Yeah, I'm using it on the upper lid. And I just like to follow the outer corner out like that. And then just connect it to my eyelid. And I just line the top of my lid, connect it to my inner. Like that. Ooh. And I guess I'm just gonna line the waterline. So I'm just gonna add mascara. I also use the Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara. And this is in black. For my eyelashes, I start at the base and I wiggle up. And that just gets them fuller. And I'm gonna put mascara on the bottom lashes as well. This lipstick from Revlon in Blushing Nude. And it's okay. And then I'm using this Luscious Liquid Lipstick in Perfect Pink from e.l.f. So just get some on the bubble on there. And apply. Alright. So I'm going to finish up my other eye. And I will take pictures and post them on this video. Alright, thank you for watching.